Legendary boxer loved basketball so much he tried to become a pro. Basketball is my first love. Although his basketball stint wasn't as notable as his boxing career, Pacquiao's love for the sport runs deep. Of all the careers legendary Filipino boxer Manny Pacquiao has dabbled in, his unremarkable basketball stint was probably his favorite. Pac-Man had the most success in boxing, amassing an estimated $575 million in career earnings fighting in the ring. However, getting to play the sport and playing a big role in improving its current state in the country has given the passionate, lifelong basketball fan in him a sense of fulfillment and joy. Basketball is my first love, Pacquiao said in 2014. But boxing is my bread and butter. How basketball helped Manny in boxing. Pacquiao is the only boxer in the world to have won titles across 8 weight classes with 12 championships. He has a 62-8 professional boxing record, defeating legends like Oscar de la Hoya, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Marco Antonio Barrera. For his lifetime of achievements in the ring, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in December 2024. However, he did not build this type of legacy solely through his talent and determination. Like many basketball greats, Pacquiao relied on his world-class conditioning and training to perform at another level inside the ring. And his regimen is not only composed of typical boxing drills, workout routines, and diet, it also involves a healthy dose of hoops. For him, playing basketball was a great form of cardiovascular fitness that conditions him before fights, and as seen in his records and endless list of achievements, it was quite effective. When I started boxing, basketball became a great way for me to stay in shape, he said in 2014. I like the fast pace of the game and how everyone has their own style and position on the court. Uplifting the Philippines hoops scene. Pacquiao did not want his love for basketball to go to waste. So in 2014, he joined the Philippine Basketball Association, PBA, as the player coach of the Cayas Orento, now called Terra Firma Dip. However, as much as he loved the sport, the 5'7" Manny, who used a unique, way-over-the-head left-handed shooting form, did not have the same level of success on the court as he did in the boxing ring. He would later focus on his boxing and political career. Having experienced the thrill of professional basketball himself, Pacquiao established his own basketball league, the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, MPBL, in 2017 to make the sport more accessible to Filipinos and uplift the country's rich basketball scene. Divided into 2 divisions, MPBL now features 30 teams representing different regions from the country's 3 main island groups, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Although it's still far from reaching the PBA's level of popularity, Pacquiao's league appeals to more locals with its home and away format, unlike the former, where teams only play in major venues. There are 180 of the country's best players in the Philippine Basketball Association, but the Philippines has 120 million people who love basketball, Manny said. Too many talented players remain in the shadows. Now it's my duty to provide the same opportunities for the youth. Pacquiao also believes that his efforts are crucial to fulfill his larger goal for Filipino basketball, to see a native Filipino play in the NBA. Although the 46-year-old Pacquiao may not be the one to do that, he will sleep soundly knowing he has done everything he can to further the most famous sport in the Philippines. Aside from his all-time great boxing resume and not-so-impressive political stint, the mark he made in the country's basketball deserves more recognition.